Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. How many PRIMOGEMS can we save in 1 year? It is week 38 today and it is the 25th of July 2021. We are fast approaching the end of this adventure, guys, but of course we do have a couple of things left to do. So we're going to start off by getting our commissions done, as we do. It's usually how we start these episodes up. Unfortunately, I cannot do any events today to show you guys off, as I have not made it to Inazuma yet. I'll show you guys Inazuma a little bit. It's very exciting and very fun. Of course, you know, the new zone that we all want to get to, we all want to see in Inazuma. So as you guys know, Genshin Impact has brought the patch 2.0 out, and it has released an entirely new section of the map. If you look down here, the red line that was going around here was more going actually more like this, but the red line that was going around like that, pretty much along this back path over here, has completely evaded all the way up here to Musk Reef. So all the way up to Musk Reef is completely disappeared and vanished. If we zoom out a little bit, you guys will get a better overview of it. As you can see, it's very, very large. It's actually, I think, one of the largest areas so far. If you look at how big Mondstadt is, you can see it on one screen. Look at Leeway, you can see it slightly on one screen, a little bit missing from Queen's Village up here, but basically you can see everything you need to see on screen. But if you look at Inazuma, if I go down here, I can see all of this on one screen. I know this is a lot of ocean, a lot of open ocean, but I'm pretty sure they're going to light this up, right? They're not going to leave this darkened, and that they would have done then did a black outline like this to cover it in or something like it, kind of like how they've done here. With this black outline over here. Very excited to see what they do in this tiny zone. It's such an odd zone and there's nothing really there, so I am still very excited to see where this goes one day. But yeah, that is Inazuma, guys. I have obviously not been there. I have not unlocked any of Inazuma. There's a lot of free primers waiting for us there, so I can't wait to make it there, guys. But I do have a lot of story related things to do, so I hope they increase the zoom out quality of the game a little bit, because that's going to be very exciting. So as you know, we are here then to just do dailies basically, because, well, that's all there really is to do. There's no events. I will show off the events for you guys, which is what I wanted to do, but I clicked the wrong button. So Thunder Sojourn, I don't know how to pronounce that, is the current event. 14 days remaining, so I really need to get going and get this done ASAP. We're going to get a free beta, some PRIMOGEMS, of course we want, and another crown, which we are also very excited for. And then of course there is the Yoimiya new 5-star fire archer, which has its own story and quest line, so very excited for that, to get there and do that. The 5-star ice samurai Ayaka, everyone knows who Ayaka is. She's been shown from the start of the game, from the beta. People have been saving for her since day one, and everyone is extremely happy and excited that Ayaka's here, and Ayaka's time to shine has finally come. Of course, I've already done the test runs, guys, for Ayaka, Ningguang, Chongyong, and Yanfei. Ayaka, who is of course a Inazuma character, and then 3 Leeway characters, was kind of odd for me a little bit, but yes, I've also already done those. I have not yet unlocked the teapot, guys. I will be doing that. There's a ton of free primers waiting for us once we do unlock the teapot, so our PRIMOGEM counter is going to jump. There's going to come a point where I catch up with the game and our PRIMOGEMs are going to skyrocket. I'm talking about we're going to get a good quality 5k added to the total, so our dream of 100k is not completely gone yet, not completely gone. Unlikely, I think, more realistically speaking, I'm looking around 75k, but the goal of course is that 100k promise. We'll see how far we can get. And last but not least, Machine Battlefront, a new machine type enemy that has been introduced in the game. My personal opinion is that it has something to do with Ruin Guards and the Ruin Guard history, and I'm very excited to get to that and see that, but that is still quite a ways away. Those are things we can't do until we hit Inazuma. But for me to hit Inazuma, guys, I have to catch up with a shit ton of storyline things. I've got to do the Geo Archon questline. I've got to do the Waterboy questline. I have to do all these side quests still. Then I've got to go and do all of these story quests over here still. I've got to then do the actual Archon quest line that takes us all the way up to the point where we get onto beta ship and go to Inazuma. So there's a lot of off-camera stuff I need to do, guys, and I'm going to be trying to do this as soon as possible. So we can get to Inazuma and start exploring the game and having fun, but it's very, very, very difficult. My full-time job eats time, It's 10 to 11 hours of every single day, Monday to Saturday, that I lose, that I cannot get back, and I cannot invest into YouTubing, editing, etc, etc. So I'm left with about I'm an old man. I'm an old man, as you all know, as I've stated very obviously many times. So I'm a man that needs a lot of sleep. I need between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. If I do not get between 7 and 8 hours of sleep, I'm pretty useless. So for now, I'm trying my best to obviously, you know, be as productive as possible on the YouTube side of things, but it's been very, very difficult with life, just surviving, coming into play. Why I always do the, as embarrassing as it is, please subscribe and like at the end of my videos, is because if I could ever find a place where I'm in a position in my life to do this full time, that would change everything. And I think I do pretty well considering how little time I get to do YouTube during the week, between obviously the 2 Genshin grinds every single day, my other gacha grind game that I also play every single day, mainly, as you guys probably know, because I can't afford really to buy in gachas anymore. It's not something I'm able to do at the moment. So for me, the only way I can get new gear and new items and new stuff from gachas and these type of games that I actually ironically enjoy. I was ready thinking there was going to be a chest here or something to do with these trees maybe, but there was nothing. So a little bit of a disappointment there for me, that's okay. Yeah, and just due to that, guys, I really have to be very, very self-conscious about how I spend my time, and I don't get the time I wish I had to make YouTube content. And it's getting a little bit difficult for me to find a good solid day or two to do both accounts in Azuma's, because obviously I have to do all the grinding and all the Inazuma things twice. Every character's artifacts have to be grinded twice. Daily resin has to be used twice. Dailies have to be done twice. Everything I do twice. Every single story quest line has been done twice. It's fun in its own way, I won't deny that, but it definitely also has its challenges, aka, in my opinion, the biggest challenge of all just being that time constraints.
Time to clean up.
But enough complaints for now. I think we've spoken very much about this before in the past, and I'm sure everyone understands what the situation is by this point. So let's rather just say I'm having a lot of fun, guys, doing YouTube and making these videos and this content and trying to get better content out and editing, and always putting a little bit more effort into my editing these days. I'm really trying hard with the edits to specifically cut out too many like breaths or pauses or thought pauses or ums or coughs, etc, etc, and keep the quality as high as possible. So I've been investing a little bit more time to that. Also why we release so fewer episodes these days than we used to back in the day. And yes, I hope you guys appreciate that and are enjoying that. But for now though, the plan is to finish the second Genshin account. We're going to be doing this until the 1st of November, 1 year exactly. We started on the 1st of November 2020, and this account is ending on the 1st of November 2021. What I'm going to do with the account though has not been fully decided. I'm consulting with viewers, friends, other type of content creators, and just anyone for a little bit of advice on what we should do with the account. Right now there are 2 options. I'm going to just tell you and be very straight and honest with you guys. I don't think there's any reason to sugarcoat or pretend or lie. I don't think we're going to change our minds anytime soon on what we're going to do with this account. So it should be pretty safe to say that we are going to be rolling all the primogems that are saved on this account in one big giant roll, aka let's say balls out, and it's the 1st of November, and the event is done. We've collected all the primos, we've done everything we could do, we got to X amount by the end of the year, and we're going to roll it all in one big banner, one big roll. And of course make a video of that, guys, where we potentially try and see, like, if you save up primogems for a year for your certain husbando or certain waifu, can you C6 that character, the character that you want, with 1 year's worth of free primogems or not? And something along those lines. The second plan, and this one's a little bit more complicated because there are unfortunately rules and regulations in place about this, is we want to, or my original plan, I actually just wanted to give the account away to a lucky viewer, you know, someone who deserves it, someone who just really hasn't had the time to invest into Genshin. They don't have any, they can't afford to play, they're free to play, such as myself. Maybe I'm getting wrecked by the rain, because the rain is hitting me, or the rain is making me get hydro wetness on my characters, which is then proccing the electro surges from the enemies, and it's actually killing me there. That was a bit scary.
In such fair weather.
I can definitely tell you I feared for my life a little bit there, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, what sort of work is that, you ask? Well, anything that makes you feel bright and sunny too.
Noelle is too sweet, innocent, and wholesome for this world. But on that Noelle is too sweet and wholesome for this world note, as I was saying, the second plan again was to give the account away to a viewer that A, would appreciate it, and as I said, is free to play like me. They can't buy the primos to wish a lot. So they just got all their free-to-play wishes they've been able to get so far. But specifically, hopefully, I mean, I would have done a fair giveaway to anyone, I guess, who wants to, even if it was a whale entering for whatever reason they would want this account, I don't know. But anyone would be allowed to enter, but obviously it would be just a little bit sweeter if we could maybe give it to a new player that missed all the early game events because, well, they didn't play it. Basically give them an opportunity to get all the crowns and all the event weapons, like for instance the bow from the Windbloom bow, or the Windbloom Ode bow, or whatever. Dodoko's book, the weapon for our Klee, etc, etc. Basically that was the plan, was to obviously do that, which would give a large amount of people an opportunity obviously to get things they missed, as well as a big account to roll on and all that. But the problem with that we came across is that there's one huge flaw with giving the account away to a viewer. Biggest problem is the viewer that wins this account, if they are new, or if they just getting into Genshin, or even if they're a long-time player, they might miss a lot of story related things or side questy things, because I've actually obviously progressed the story already in this game up to Inazuma and done all that, and they might miss that. They might miss the cool fight scene against the Hydro fucking Leviathan in the ocean by Leeway. They might miss some of the quest lines like the Violin or other such boss quest lines, Child's Adventure and all that, the Harbingers, Signora beating the shit out of Venti, the Zhongli's super secret ultimate fucking contract agreement he made with F2P, etc, etc, and that would be the number one biggest scare regarding giving the account away. Obviously another thing to take into account is that although I don't think it would be a problem, because we are giving the account, we are not selling the account, we are asking for no money from anyone for this account, anyone can enter and anyone can win. If we do decide to go that route, is that MiHoYo does have rules and regulations about accounts, sharing of accounts and giving accounts. Well, I'm not sure about giving accounts, but at least selling accounts is against MiHoYo's terms of use. So we don't want to break those. As a content creator, I have to follow the rules really strictly and do everything legally and abide by it. So I don't want to do something that MiHoYo doesn't want us to do. So giving accounts away is something MiHoYo doesn't want to. But I have 2 accounts and I don't need 2 accounts. So if I did give this account away and it went to someone that was actually going to play it and stuff, and someone that got a bunch of free shit, that means that's a second person who might not have played Genshin that now is playing Genshin, and it could potentially be earning them more income. So it's not like I'm selling the account, I'm getting nothing for the account. I just really would like to give it to a viewer specifically, but that is the legal side of things, why we are kind of not looking at that route and rather looking at just making a fun wish video like everyone else has done a million times already, but on a cool new character like Bowl or someone like that. So we'll see what happens when the time comes. I will obviously have to read the terms and conditions and rules and regulations that MiHoYo has, as that will play a large role in whether we may or may not give the account away. Nothing has been decided, nothing has been set in stone, guys, but it's probably going to be one of those two. I'm still discussing with friends, content creators, other members of the Genshin community on what would be a good idea for this account, because it is a great account that has great units, great artifacts and weapons that I've spent time and invested grinding in lots of talent books and materials and boss upgrade stuff. There's so much things on this account that I got. This account is legitimately worthy of an actual main account, and I would love someone to make use of it. For me personally, I'm not going to give up my account that has every 5-star except for 3 in the game, and has almost all the fucking weapons and everything, and is so perfectly played, and time and hours invested grinding those beautiful artifacts that are on that account, and those characters I do have on that account. I'm not going to scrap that for this account, but I also don't want to just scrap this account and leave it in the trash, never to be used again. It feels so sad for me to do. So I personally would prefer to give this account to a viewer that would appreciate it. But of course, like I said, let's see what the exact terms and conditions are. Let's take the correct legal part. Let's keep everything legit and healthy for the MiHoYo company, so that they keep releasing amazing updates such as Inazuma and stuff. But as I said, I've spoken way too much. You guys are tired. You don't care. You just want to see the PRIMOGEMS count. I understand. This guy, shut the fuck up and show us your PRIMOGEMS. Hell yeah, baby. 54,964. But I think we still can get 20 more here. Yes, we can. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so 54,984. 16 PRIMOGEMS from 55k. That is so sad. That hurts a little bit. Now I could probably get 16 PRIMOGEMS. I did a little bit of exploration, guys. I found like a couple, like 2 or 3 chests. I'm pretty sure we could easily get the 16 PRIMOGEMS we need, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to fake it just to have a beautiful 55 count, as nice as that would be. So that is 54,984 free PRIMOGEMS, ladies and gentlemen. This is week number 38, as I said. Quick check up in our recommended. Obviously, we do not have the Gene skin, as that is not free to play. We have no Welkin blessing renewals, and all our crystal top up original bonuses are intact. So with that, as you can see, it's a 100% free to play account, and 55k pretty much is in the bag for now. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next week in week number 40, where we will be getting the achievements. I should have got the achievement today, and it would have put us on 50, but I forgot. So we'll do the achievements on the 1st of June. 1st of August. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.